There are a lot. I think the priority, and maybe for me or also people close to me, is definitely the exceptionally burdening increase in the cost of living. Because again, like, if you listen to, oh my god, what's the name? Syed Saddiq's speech, right? Like, I think it was spot on. People criticize her, whatever. I was like, okay, like, yeah, criticize whatever you want, but the message is still very clear that politics matters a lot, but there's more than politics, which is basic living, our wages, our necessities, education, putting a roof over our head. These are all issues which are our number one priority. And it's not only in GST. Like, if you ask me, I'm a staunch defender of the GST. And this might be controversial, but I defend the GST if the money is allocated wisely. My opposition is that the money is not allocated wisely. But you look at the increase. I just came at ERL recently. Almost 100%. Never mind. ERL. And then you see back then, oh, now like, oh, let's ban Uber. Padahal taxi harga pun naik, it's so expensive. Public transportation in general, cost of housing has almost doubled in comparison to where we were before 15 years ago. I can give a list of things. Like, and then I was previously subsidized under Mara, and now Mara has cut down scholarships for masters. Like, tak ada. That's like, these are all like, seriously, we could focus on like funding so many other stuff, political activities, which I think like, oh my god, seriously, there's more than money in politics, man. These are issues which are number one priority to Malaysia, and yet it's not given number one priority. And that's why I was so disheartened when the education budget, especially for among universities, was slashed, but then the budget in the Prime Minister's office was increased. I was like, seriously? Like, what does... When you're suffering from a trust deficit, you just choose to prioritize political convenience over like education. I think that's disheartening to a great extent. Fine, you want to make university independent, financially good, then still fund maybe scholarships elsewhere, like Mara, like, or JPA. But yet the one which got increased in budget is Prime Minister's office. Whatever lah. But I mean, these are issues which impact me a lot. Like, I do not care about politics for a bit, just put myself out of the political realm, but the fact that I have friends recently in UIA, if you read the first page of, I don't know, in Metro or Sinar Harian, where like this UIA student was suffering because like didn't eat like 2 days, I think, something. I remember that case, yeah. And that's like, these are issues which impact everyday people, and I hate it when politicians are so insensitive. Cakap, oh no, tak boleh ni, pergilah ambil road yang tak ada tol, bangun pagi, oh pergi 2 kerja. All that, like, I know the motive behind those comments are good. I know. I mean, the motive is like, okay, let me give you an advice. Like, we are going through struggles, but let me give you an advice, do this. It's like, if it comes from like a father or like mother, from your friends, be like, okay. But when you are in a position of power, and that power is the very reason why you are placed in that position, it's more insensitive than a very open and clean motived advice. So obviously it sounds... Never mind, I won't go there. It's a different story, but...
So I guess you're not pro hashtag sharing, hashtag
Okay, dua kerja. Again, as I mentioned, like, I think it's definitely a good concept, especially as YB Ahmad Masnai explained after. It's more about internet, finding an internet job. I think it's good, but unfortunately, coming from him, actually it's not only from him, from anyone in the government, when we are suffering so much and go like, tak apa, carilah dua kerja. It's like just brushing aside the issue. Like, we are suffering so much, and the suffering is partially caused by clear public wastages in the government, misallocation of resources, and then the answer to these wastages is, I will add on your burden in comparison to resolving your burden. It sounds insensitive. If, as I mentioned, I think it's good advice, but coming from a position of power, easily misconstrued and can be seen to be insensitive.